What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Cosmic Carry here, rolling out in my yeah, I know, getting bored of all of this. Some of you might be in my brand new tier 10. But truth be told, I've had this tank for a while. I've just never actually purchased the thing. It's been unlocked forever and a day. And truth be told, I never really had a desire to play the T110E3, and due to the fact that, you know, when I went up this tank line, it was all about the T95. You know, it was all about the T95. I wanted to play my T95, and I did so, and I discovered it, and it was everything I expected it to be. It was a fantastic, beautiful machine, so unique, so very, very unique. And you either did yeah, you did okay, or you did fantastic, or you did average. And but when I finally ended up grinding out the T95 and I had enough XP for this tank, I did not go ahead and purchase it. You know, the tier 10s are desperately very, very expensive. You know, 6,100,000 silver. It is a big deal for me, you know, to spend that amount of money. And I ended up purchasing this tank on the Black Friday sale. You know, 4 million, I can do that, absolutely no problemo. And well, with the other tier 10s that were that I've purchased, you know, the Leopard 1 T62 A and Object 140, that wasn't me earning the silver. You know, I sold quite a few tanks. I did end up selling quite a few tanks. I think it was the E75. I ended up selling the T95 as well, and quite a few significant tanks I did end up selling in order to get all these tier 10s, you know. And I did have about, I think about 10-15 million silver in the bank, something along those lines. But yeah, so yeah, I really felt like my gameplay was getting a little bit stagnant. I really needed to move on to some new tanks, some new challenges, some new this and that, inject some fresh blood into my World of Tanks career, because it really did feel stale. You know, I injured my hand, and I was forever stuck in the Leopard PTA, and I was forever stuck in the T54, and I was forever stuck in these tanks, just forever. And I just... And there was a point, I would say, where it kind of I wasn't gonna quit. I was truly bored out of my mind. You know, I was sick to death of playing the same tanks over and over, and I really needed a change. I really needed a change. And you get all these new tanks. You know, I purchased all these new tanks, and it really does feel like a brand new game. You know, it really not starting over, but it feels fresh, it feels vibrant. You got new set of challenges to overcome, etc, etc. But with this tank, I do feel like I'm somewhat disrespecting the tank. But at the same time, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. And what am I talking about? This tank is bare bones. It doesn't have anything. It doesn't have stock. It has a 75% crew. And I can't remember the last time I've unlocked a tier 10 and I didn't have a whole bunch of skills and perks, you know, on the crew. But I cannot for the life of me remember where my T95 crew went. I'm not sure. But it was just sitting there. It was sitting there. You know, the T95 was just sitting there for months on end, doing absolutely nothing. So I thought, okay, take the crew out, use the crew, and then eventually I ended up selling the T95. The T95, 100%, it's a keeper. But in order for you to get a really decent game, you have to play it and play it and play it and play it. and you'll do okay, you'll do average, you'll do really good, and then all of a sudden, baff, you'll get a fantastic game, YouTube worthy, you know, for myself. And don't be fooled, you know, I did 3 live comms in that game, and it showed what life was like on average in the T95, which is very boring. You know, so I did end up selling it. I'm gonna repurchase it. It's just a tier 9. It's not a tier 10. It's not the end of the world. It's not gonna break the bank if I, you know, sell it and repurchase it later. But I have to say, you know, one of the drawbacks of getting all these tier 10 tanks is the fact that they're tier 10, and tier 10 games are also very unbalanced, you know, with the TDs, with with the waffles, with the Death Star, with the, you know, when you're out in the medium, you can't, half the time you can't even play as a medium tank. You know, because you're just scared of waffles, you're scared of Death Stars, you're scared of this, and you know, I mentioned this before. It's a big difference playing in a T54 compared to a T62A. You know, you just when you're top tier in a T54, it's just, there's an element of being carefree, which you just don't get when you're T6. You know, when you're in a tier 10 medium, lightly armored medium. But so it's odd that the worst thing about having a tier 10 tank is the fact that it is actually tier 10. And for me, truth be told, you know, the adrenaline and the most fun games, the coolest games, they're tier 8, tier 9, you know, tier 7, etc, etc. Tier 10, it can get very stagnant, and you know, what the hell is going on kind of feeling, and etc etc. Takes me out. I did okay in this game. I did I have to say, you know, in this tank I've had god awful games, absolutely god awful, 100% terrible games in this tank, and I completely blame it down to the fact that I don't have nothing on the thing, so I'm not even getting the basic best out of the tank. It's almost as if I'm in some kind of like a second-hand version, like a budget version, or you know, something along those lines. But truth be told, if I was, I would not do this with a medium tank, and you know, roll out without 6 cents, roll out with 75% crew, roll out. You know, I would basically have too much respect for a medium tank to do that. You know, if I was in a tier 10 tank, but somehow it's just an E3. You know, who cares? It's just a TD, and then there's that whole, you know, medium master race, respect us kind of mentality that comes with the medium, and with the TDs it's like no skill, but that I don't know. There's different, I think there's different levels to playing World of Tanks, and TDs, when I'm adding my TDs, it's almost like I'm in kick back, relax, chill mode. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know. When I'm in my mediums, I'm literally on the edge of my seat, and after you know, 10, 20 games, I'm mentally exhausted and emotionally drained. And but with TD, you just sit back and chill. And but there is somewhat nice kill. There is somewhat of a challenge to playing TDs without actually falling asleep, you know, because I'm currently grinding towards the Jaeger, and it's agonizing. It really is agonizing. I'm at, what am I at? I'm at the tier 7. What, the Jagdpanther? Yeah, the Jagdpanther leading to the Ferdinand, and the Jagdpanther 2 leading to the, what is it, the tier 9. And it's just, it really is agonizing grinding those tanks. And I'm tempted to free XP, and I don't want to, you know, because it's just a waste of money, truth be told. But it is a challenge to not you know, you kind of want to shoot yourself. You want to blow your brains out because you're just sitting in the bush, look at me, I'm so smart, look at my bush. And yeah, so much skill. But it's so odd playing in this tank, the E3, because like I said, I don't have Sixth Sense, and there's a if I was Sixth Sense, I'd pull back, and I don't know if I'm being Sixth Sensed. And there are times where I know I'm being Sixth Sensed, and I'm like, F it. Just stay where you are. I'm too bored and slow to move. So just stay where, just keep firing, you know, the alpha, you can obliterate the bad guys. And you know, that was definitely what was happening in the first game in Mines, and finally you saw Artie just took a big chunk out of me. But but like here, I'm pretty much sure I'm getting Sixth Sense here. You know, either there's detection, but I was like, sod it, you know, I've got 300 odd armor, whatever it is, 310 at the front. Artie is in play, but there is an element of, if you want a good game, you have to take risks. You have to take a gamble. Look at it. Can I get it? Can I get it? Come on, come on, come on, you can get it, you can get it. He's just slipping away. There there. I was like, yes, bingo. But like for instance, I was playing in my Batchat, and oh, I'm a smart Batchat driver. Oh, I hide and I kind of appear. Ta-da! Here I am. You know, 5 minutes before the end of the game, and I start machine gunning everybody, and yes, I can kill you all, you're all on half health, poof poof poof, you know. But does that actually kind of make for interesting gameplay? You know, is that exciting? No, you know. So I've been saying to myself, you got to take more risks, buddy. You know, if you want the good games, if you want fun, if you I love this, I love this, I love this. And this happens all the time. And I'm like, okay, get ready to psych him out, get ready to psych him out. Here we go, here we go, here we go, just about. Yeah, as he pulls forward, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. And he realizes, and he's like, oh shit. Oh shit, too late, buddy. You're too late. Death Star, this is what you call a budget Death Star. This is why you load Hesh. You know, this is why you load Hesh, you know, ladies and gentlemen, you know, because Hesh can, you know. That's why you load Hesh, not because you can one shot, but it's just simply because Hesh can. At the end of the day, you know, in this engagement, if he had fired just 2 shells and splashed me, he would have killed me, absolutely, 100%. And there's me, I'm ignoring a Death Star, I'm focusing my attention elsewhere. I'm like, no, I don't want to kill the Death Star, he's on like 100 health, you know. Seriously? Nah, it doesn't work, you know. And that's why you load Hesh in a Death Star. Of course, that gentleman there, if it, you know, of course, pardon me, where am I going with this? Of course, you know, you lose a buttload of silver, so that there is that factor to consider, absolutely. So arguments for and against. Oh, I wanted a T57. Ah, you get, I hate you. Anyhow, how much have I rambled on? Hope. Who's still here? Raise your hand. Take it easy, guys. Adios, muchachos. T110E3, not a bad tank. I need to get, you know, all my bells and whistles and gizmos on the thing, so I can up the reload, up the accuracy, up this, up that, and all of the good stuff. Take it easy, guys. Adios, muchachos.